And I think this is everybody here. They're coming in.
Hey.
Hello. How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Come on in. Take a seat.
Thanks. I should turn it on. Turn my phone off.
Oh, yeah.
We're not that professional in outfit. You can just
All
answer.
right.
Yeah. Go ahead and tweet while you're at it.
We're making some serious considerations like AMC. We may allow texting in the studio.
Nice.
Yes, but Negan cannot say the F word.
No, that's right.
That's where
He
we draw the
physically-
line.
He physically can't say it. It's like a Jim Carrey movie where he was cursed to not be able to say it.
Or like when Fonzie tries to admit that he's wrong.
You got a Doctor Who shirt and you have a Han Solo shirt. I think you
We're a
guys are
good
my
company.
best friends.
Yes.
Oh,
All
my
right.
God. Do
we
you
have
see
some-
my
We're
shirt?
very good
I'm wearing.
company.
I have that shirt. I almost wore that today.
No, really?
Thank God I didn't.
I know that would have been
know-
embarrassing.
we
I
would have.
carry my nerddom on me, on my arms.
How do I?
Nice.
My arm
There's so
bash.
much to get into with
You
all
have
of you.
no idea.
See, I almost had that other Bill and Ted shirt, but I went for this Bill and Ted shirt.
That's a good one.
Oh, we're both
you know
wearing-
what? I thought that was a TARDIS.
Nope, this is.
But he is a
it's
huge
Bill and
Doctor
Ted.
Who fan, so you would have been okay
I
with
can't
that
believe
too.
we're both wearing Bill and Ted shirts. That's so great.
Somebody subscribes to Loot Crate or Nerd Blog.
I don't
Probably
either.
neither.
This is Terry got me this
I got
shirt.
that for her, yeah.
Because-
All right, so somebody has Loot
the
Crate or
back-
Nerd Blog and just gave it to you.
Yes.
That's right.
Let's go around the room and tell everybody who is here from 12 Monkeys on Sci-Fi. We have Emily Hampshire, who we've talked to you before at New York Comic Con, right before 12 Monkeys was about to start.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so now you've invited me to your house.
I know. It's very
Okay.
cozy, isn't
Yeah.
it?
No,
Your
I love
desk is
these
TARDIS blue.
chairs.
Right. Well, that's
The room is TARDIS blue.
You're seeing
It
a
is.
theme here.
I don't even know what TARDIS is, but
Well,
anyways, okay.
Doctor
get
Who.
there.
We'll get you into it. Don't worry about it. Todd Stashwick is
Hello.
here, and also the showrunner Terry. Now I'm gonna have a problem saying your last name.
Let me
Is it
just jump ahead and Matalas.
Matalas. Okay, because Matalas.
Yeah. No, it's not. That sounds way cooler. That sounds like I'm a transformer.
That's
and
like, that's
I'm
like
in.
Xena's
At least
battle
a
cry.
Decepticon, at least.
Well, let's start with the reason why you're here, and then we'll get into all the other cool things that you guys do. 12 Monkeys on Sci-Fi. Season 2 is about to start. I did see on the website, though, for those who are too impatient, you can watch the first episode on sci-fi.com.
It is, yeah.
SYFY.
I think on Hulu,
You could
too.
also
if you
see it on
yeah.
Hulu.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
There you go.
There's a special way to do that.
So not only do people want all the episodes at once, they want them before you tell them they're going to come out. It's like,
They
at least
want
give
'em-
me something.
They want them before we shoot them.
Why isn't it already sketched out?
I know.
So we have that. For those of you who are going to watch on television, season 2 premieres Monday, April 18th at 9 p.m. on the Sci-Fi Network.
Sci-fi.
Very excited about this. Can we start where we left off with season 1? I don't care if this is a spoiler for anybody. We're starting season 2. So let's
Yeah.
go see season 1. It's on iTunes. It's on Amazon Prime, on demand.
On Hulu.
And
On Hulu.
if you feel like you want to catch up quick, sci-fi.com also has like a 6-minute season 1 recap.
Is that, those,
Yeah.
Those guys were.
There's the Fine Brothers.
The
that
Fine
did,
Brothers did this amazing
did it in
thing.
6 seconds. They narrated the whole
7
thing.
minutes.
Yeah.
They did all of season 1 in 7 minutes, and the guys don't even take a breath.
Yeah, it is.
It's really entertaining.
That's insane.
That's on YouTube. You can look at that. But then there is there's a sci-fi version
Yeah.
too with images and all that one.
So where did we leave off with season 1 here? Can we give everybody a
Sure.
little refresher course as to what they're getting into?
Yeah, well, I think when we last left our main
Our
time
heroes.
traveling duo, which is James Cole, is separated.
Aaron Stanford.
Aaron Stanford was separated from Cassie Rayleigh, Dr. Cassie Rayleigh, who is
Amanda
now in the
Schull.
future, in the year 2043. And in the future, unfortunately, has been taken over by a group called the Messengers, a faction of the army of the 12 Monkeys who seem to want the time machine. What else? Deacon is there. Our
Deacon.
sociopathic Han Solo is
Uh-huh.
there, who's brought this cabal into the temporal facility, and Jennifer Goines is
On a plane about to spread the virus around the world.
exactly.
So she has that.
I think that's
You got that
the
going for you.
That's where we leave off.
Right now,
It's
let's
true.
now let's ruin season 2 for everybody and tell them everything that's going to happen. Let's start with I guess what's
Jon Snow is alive.
Exactly.
let's start with the characters here. Jennifer has some great lines that you actually have to hit pause, rewind, and realize what it is that she said. she throws in just pop culture references, and then all of a sudden later it's actually a direct line to what was going to happen later on with anything involving her.
Yes. I didn't, and a lot of those pop culture references, I embarrassingly so don't actually know them until I always have to ask Terry what they are, because I don't know any pop culture except for like
It's a
Making a
show
Murderer.
written by geeks for geeks. So we have, especially in season 2, Todd can attest, there are many references to the 80s films that we grew up with and beyond. That'll send you.
What I think is fascinating, actually, though, Emily had talked to me about, how she processes why she has all those references. It's because you lived in an asylum and only had access to.
Well, I think
that's
of
great.
Jennifer, that her kind of upbringing, aside from her father,
Just
was
parked
by
in
the
front of a TV.
yeah the movies, and I think she sees a lot of her life like a movie. And even like season 2, this is not a spoiler because it's in the trailers and stuff. There's this point where I like headbutt this woman, and I remember on the day thinking that, well, it's kind of Jennifer's reaction is always, oh, that hurt way more than it did in the movies. Like, it doesn't look like it hurts in the movies. So everything is kind of surprising that it's not like as easy as the movies.
I was actually expecting, with the pop culture references, or maybe it's still to come, maybe some similarities to Shining and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and things like that.
We don't actually, strangely, we don't really get into the crazy of it all. We lean a little bit more on the fantastic time travel, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Ghostbusters.
Yeah, there was
There's a lot of Bill and Ted this season.
I'm trying
not to spoil it.
Well, maybe it's everything that leads to
No, I think
Bill and Ted's Part 3.
Bill and Ted's Part
maybe
3,
it's all in
right?
her head.
What?
Maybe it's all in her head. That's what I
Exactly.
think he was sort of leaning into saying, like The Shining,
Right.
like all the stuff is a creation of Jennifer Goins.
Oh,
Like when
I
she's
got
going
you.
crazy, and then
Yeah.
she's going to do fake crazy by doing the
I see.
Here's Johnny, or throw something through the window like Chief does in Cuckoo's Nest, and his top out, and little homages.
Gotcha.
Some of that, I think. There's some.
Some winks and
Yeah.
some nods.
Well, the dialogue is great, especially with the pop culture references, because I'm trying to remember exactly what was said, but in the night room episode, right before she's about to incinerate everything.
Like Raiders. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. She just starts going crazy and spouting all this stuff off. I'm like, this means nothing. And then later on, like, oh, it means everything. Now I get it. Okay.
That is kind of a great description of Jennifer, like thinking initially, this means nothing, and it means everything. That's a great Jennifer season 2.
Yeah.
Because I think you will discover her. She is
There's a
linked
method
much
to
more
her
to this.
madness.
Yes, I love when he calls me her madness. But
madness.
she's very entwined in the mythology of this show more so than we ever could have imagined.
And I don't know if this is just how well you portray the role, particularly,
it
or
is,
if it's
but what?
if it's maybe something from Terry's imagination with coming up with the show. But sometimes with Jennifer, it comes off a lot like, is it Ali Sheedy from Breakfast Club, the crazy one? Right? There's a lot of moments where you just see the look or the way the hair's gone. I'm like, that looks like Breakfast Club.
That's
like, this is
funny.
what she would do now.
I do get a lot. People say that a lot on IMDb. You know how IMDb they always go like, he looks like that's the biggest. Not like I read my IMDb.
Yeah, there were some
comments.
fans did a fan poster that was the Breakfast Club. With,
Oh, that's
with
funny.
all our because
You're like
Aaron,
Judd Nelson.
but Aaron Stanford what was the Judd Nelson
Of
character,
course
who
he did.
ironically Judd Nelson played his
dad,
father
right?
in Nikita.
Nikita.
So we were well aware.
Let's talk about your character, too.
Happily.
He was just waiting.
There's a lot with that character where you can't tell if he's really a bad guy or if he's just doing what he thinks is right and then still being a bad guy at the same time.
I think it's probably the second one. I think it's, we talked a lot about the fact that a lot of people consider him a monster, like he's this sociopathic killer. And truth be told, there's other people on the show that have killed far more people than Deacon ever did. But I think the fact that Deacon does it with a smile on his face and a clever quip, it makes him come off as far more sinister.
Right.
But in terms of why he does what he does, it's no different than why Jones killed all of Spearhead. He's just trying to save the people he can save, but he's like, if this is what I have to do, if this is my daily existence is having to be ruthless, well, I might as well enjoy my life.
Yeah, I mean, that's the line that it seems to be walking, because it's a lot for survival of the time, and the guy with the biggest gun, stays alive and has the whole militia
and Deacon
behind
has
him.
a huge gun.
Huge. But you can also, there's more to Deacon's story, which I'm hoping we see in season 2, where he's starting to explain a lot of where he came from and why he's being like this.
Yeah. We scratched the surface of his background a little bit and why he is connected to some of the people in his current situation and what motivates him and pushed him into the situation. Yeah, you'll get
in the second episode. You get a pretty big download,
a huge one. Yeah, as to why he is
possibly
why he's so sore.
Yeah,
yeah.
The sorry, go ahead.
No.
I thought you had something.
Oh no.
You got something? You got something?
So I want to, if I can, talk about the time machine for just a moment here. Did you have a lot of input with the design and the concept of this machine, as far as making it different from the whole movie thing?
It was really came out of the head of Ruth Amon, our production designer, from the pilot, and in the room, and that temporal facility was designed by John Mott. So we had two very talented production designers, but yeah, we obviously leaned a bit towards the particle accelerator of it all, with a bit of else of other things.
Because watching this, and every time you bring somebody back, it has a very Quantum Leap feel.
Yeah,
like that. If you
dangerous
remember,
quantum leap.
Yeah. Like if you remember,
might not work.
Nosebleedy. Kind of Quantum Leap feel.
If you remember in the intro to Quantum Leap,
he stands there
that
and
blue
a lot of wind.
Yeah, that blue laser hits down and then he's gone, and that's how they try to retrieve
Sam
him.
Beckett stepped into.
Except you guys figured out how to get him back.
Right, we got him back.
Doesn't work all the time, but most of the time you get him back.
It's all about the chair.
I love these chairs.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
They're good for your posture.
Anything that's swivels.
Really ergonomic.
Yeah,
good for
really good for the posture. But yeah, no, that chair is not comfortable. The time chair.
You've all taken
it's
turns
because I
in it.
sit on it
we
at
all
lunch.
have taken turns.
We've
We all
taken
try to
naps.
go
in the time chair.
Sit in it.
Yeah, it's pretty much the go-to thing. If
It's where they do all the touch-ups for hair and makeup.
Everybody wants to go in the chair.
Yeah.
When no one's looking, you try to nap in the chair.
It's the Blarney Stone.
We had
set.
We had some a journalist get in and not get out without some help. It is not.
It is like
not
the
safe.
barber chair from
Didn't
hell.
want to leave or physically couldn't
No,
get out.
it's not a great. We really gotta bolt that thing down. And it's high up, and it's
While they're
concrete.
fixing it, it's just a folding chair. It just has a place marker.
And he woke up in 2027.
Yeah.
This show was, I plowed through everything. I saw it during the first run, but when I knew you guys were coming, I was like, you know what? I got to do a refresher.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Went and bought the entire season off iTunes.
Oh, nice.
And plowed through everything here. And picked up on some stuff that I forgot about, like the Red Forest episode was so trippy.
Yeah, there's a lot more of that.
Yeah.
That's the beginning of what it's really all about.
Okay.
That's when you took drugs.
When we were looking at the show,
Acid, everyone.
there was we had a little bit,
In
a
the
lot of
writer's
weed.
room, yeah.
The Red Forest is all now.
Lick the toad.
We basically had always known that this show had to be more than just a plague show where you're running around from lab to lab looking for a virus, and that the Army of the 12 Monkeys needed to be connected to time travel in some way and have their own agenda. And so that definitely plays a major part in season 2.
There's a great premise that you do as far as everybody questioning whether everything is working or not. Because everybody goes, wow, look at the fantasy world. We're in heaven. Nothing happened. Like everyone is so quick quick to point out on the show that nothing works.
Right.
And that's great that it's not like, I don't know why it didn't happen, or they're struggling to get the new core because it died out, or they're trying to find what time period this guy's in, and everyone's just so quick to throw everything. See, told you it wouldn't work. This is a waste of our time.
Well, yeah, we looked at it that the A team of scientists and quantum physicists died.
Right.
So this is,
This is the second string.
Travis, who I created the show with, used to say that you save the time machine, you save the world with the time machine you have, not the one you want.
Because if it was the one we want, it'd be either a phone booth with some
DeLorean,
antenna, or a DeLorean,
so
a blue
funny.
box, something
Exactly.
like that.
Right.
To get this show done, I mean, it was 10 years after the original movie that Terry Gilliam made. One, did you get his blessing before going through with all of this?
The first blessing we went to get was Chris Marker, who made La Jetée, which 12 Monkeys is based on, the original short film. So that was the first one. And then the second one, of course, was David and Janet Peoples, who wrote 12 Monkeys. And many people remember 12 Monkeys, but that is a masterful script, that screenplay. That was first. And then Terry was, in fact, notified, I mean, obviously, that this was going to be going ahead. We made it with the original producers, Chuck Roven and Richard Suckle at Atlas.
That's great.
It was the original people. So, so Terry was aware,
So, all right. So you get. I didn't realize there were so many people on the line to get to get the approval of.
Yeah.
So you get all this done, and then now it's, Sci-Fi picks this up, and what were the restraints or the restrictions as far as developing this show?
Well, I wouldn't say there were many restraints from the network or the studio. I mean, obviously there was concern that people would understand time travel, but it's one of my favorite films of all time, and so we did sit down and say, do we want to do the Terry Gilliam aesthetic, or do we go our own way? And ultimately, we felt as though it would be insulting to try and do Terry's thing.
Right.
That we had to be our own. The show had to change. The show had to open up. So we went another way.
There was a lot of feeling of the movie, I guess, as a place to start in the first episode.
Yeah.
And then going, okay, we laid the groundwork, we acknowledge, and now
we continue.
We're moving on.
We continue. In season 2, there are many, many nods.
Oh, really?
If you've got a good eye and a good ear.
Bruce Willis is just sitting in a restaurant somewhere.
But Madeline Stowe. We have Madeline Stowe in the show this season. And
cool.
If you have a good ear, you may recognize some music. So we always, honor what came before in an organic way. And we, the theme of insanity, which is really what the original movie is about. It stays very much.
And my sweater from is the Brad Pitt sweater.
In the first season, her brown velour
My brown
is
velour.
the exact same one. And Cole's Hawaiian shirt in Haiti is the same one.
Oh, really?
And what Madeline Stowe wears in our show is very similar to the red dress she wore at the end
of
the
movie.
Yeah.
That's so great that you get to weave some of this old stuff into the current show without ruining the image and the history of the movie, that you want to do this and that they allow you to do this, and that you have the opportunity, that people want to come back. Like you said, Madeline Stowe's coming in there. She wants to come back and be a part of it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people do these movies where 12 Monkeys is a great movie, but it wasn't like this mega sci-fi blockbuster that people are used to now.
True, but I mean, to the fans, I mean, it's a
cult classic.
It is a classic.
It is,
And, there was a lot of people who were like, am I allowed to curse on this?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Fuck you guys for even going here. And to be honest with you, we were too. When we first sat down with Atlas, and they're like, would you consider doing 12 Monkeys, a TV show? We were like, oh God, that's
daunting.
It is daunting because it is such a classic.
But I think the best thing is that the naysayer, like the people who didn't want you or anyone to redo 12 Monkeys into a TV show because they loved the movie so much, then watched it. You see this on Twitter all the time, and they're like, we have to admit, it's actually
good,
amazing. And some of them even like it better than the movie. And like you always say, it doesn't erase the original, right?
Yeah,
It doesn't like...
Well, the other thing is, it was already a remake. I mean,
right.
was
based off
this.
Right.
So it's like, it's just another interpretation of
a great story.
Of a great story. Yeah.
And obviously the network's happy with it now. That's important. You got the fan base on board for those who, like you said, were skeptical, and then they're giving you the thumbs up. So
That
it's
was
just
the
full
word
steam
I
ahead.
wanted. Skeptical.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the word I
Well, the
was looking
fascinating
for.
thing is very much in the pilot of season 1, you kind of go through and hit main beats from the original film, and then
Within the first act, within the first 5 minutes, yeah.
And then it really stakes its own ground.
That was
and
something
creates its own mythology.
Madeline really, when she saw the pilot, she was like, "I love that my entire character's arc is in the first 5 minutes of your show."
Yeah.
Because it takes her Madeline, Catherine Rayleigh's character, it takes a long time for her to accept the fact he is the time traveler. And it's really not until, and she's like, "You do that in the first 5 minutes."
Yeah.
So that is, it's the movie's obviously very important, and we care a lot about the fan, and all, Todd and I are probably
Hardcore.
hardcore nerds, and we'll have sidebars on Sunday. Do you think we've gone too far? Do you think we haven't gone far enough? Because
First, you can never
we
go
know
too
the
far.
audience.
Yes, you
That's
can never
true.
go too far.
But
And
We
if I'm
go
gonna
pretty
get
far
caught-
this season, let me tell you.
Yeah.
The good thing about nerds is they hate you when they can smell that you don't respect the source material, but you
Yeah.
clearly respect it, and so that's probably
Yeah.
that's probably very helpful. They could smell it, and so
They
they,
can
know.
tell that you love it
Yeah.
as much as they do.
And they
Yeah.
keep you on your toes. Like the fans know way more than we know about the material. Like they're really watching every move, and so you always keep because time travel. I
Remember
couldn't
when you
keep
did
it.
this in episode 2?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
No.
we're in the middle of season 2. I can't even remember yesterday.
I can't remember
Yeah.
breakfast some days.
Bill?
But so you have to keep your game up.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm hiding in the back corner over
There's
here.
the back corner.
Oh,
It's
you got
another.
snacks.
I do have a snack. Would you like a pretzel?
Are you allowed to eat pretzels on the
Yes.
air?
Yeah,
Isn't
totally.
that,
Go for it.
Yes.
No, but
you
the
have a-
sound, isn't that
bunker.
annoying?
We
It's
don't
delicious.
care.
Kill the
I
mic.
work on a morning show, the Opie and Jimmy show, which is the channel and everything. We're eating breakfast by 7:30, 8 a.m. We're
Nice.
drinking coffee, eating eggs.
Nice.
I want to work here.
Yeah.
This
It's
would be
pretty nice.
amazing.
We're feeding to 2 countries, so all of Canada and America and North America,
right.
Oh,
the United
Canada.
States can hear us.
People.
We're feeding them
Eating-
with pretzels.
Yes. But what was your question?
Oh no, I was gonna say. So the show primarily goes around 30 years into the future or so. How far into the future and how far into the past are you willing to go? Is there gonna be a weird twist at the end of season 2 where they're like, we got 200 years in the future by accident. Sentient cat people said we needed the virus. Is any weird twist like that gonna happen?
Sentient
There is
cat people.
There's a really big twist.
Okay.
That we've been promising.
It
for
all
quite
takes
some time.
place on a snowflake.
Yeah.
What is it, St. Elsewhere?
But season 2,
Can't believe you just let the whole thing out.
Jesus.
but
Fauci's
season
gonna have my
2, we actually use the time machine to its full capacity.
Yeah, we
You
go to the 1940s, the
Yeah.
1950s, the 60s, the 70s.
Yeah.
We do
Yeah.
span the time stream.
Yeah, it's nice.
Well, I want to get to a couple other things, but let's get the plug out again.
Hold on, before you do, I want to know what your favorite episode was.
You know
Atari.
what? I really liked Night Room.
The Night Room?
Because you thought a lot more was going to happen in certain parts and didn't, and then other parts you didn't think stuff was going to happen, and all of a sudden, they showed up, they're right there when you thought they left the building.
Right.
But I will point out the way you guys did the fire to ignite the lab.
Yeah.
It was a waterfall of fire. The way this effect was,
Yeah.
fire's just flowing down
Flowing
and
beautifully.
torching everything,
Yeah.
and it didn't look bad. Sometimes if you're not using movie quality CGI, sometimes fire
qualities.
layers don't match up well, and you can see it kind of matted. It was great, and then at the end, when there's just not even full skeletons, just partial skeletons
Yeah.
that are just smoldering, and they kick one and it's doing
Yeah.
turn to
All
dust.
all the money is on the screen
Yeah, we
with
especially
The
this
night
visual
room is
effects.
good, and I think like I said, the red forest. Just when they're saying you're in a red forest, there's very tall grass, and then it starts
a
fading
house
into the trippy,
made of cedar and
and then
pine.
you just see the whole forest turn this vivid red, like the color just really kicks your ass while
We're
you're
just
looking
getting
at it.
warmed up with the red forest.
It is
Yeah.
that is what season 2 is about.
Okay,
Watch
good.
it
That-
stone.
Yeah.
But it's very well done. I think now that I'm thinking about it, I think I was one of those people that I wasn't quite sure going into season 1 with being a fan of the movie if I was going to like it, and I really came out the other end like this is amazing, and I can't wait for
We're
season
getting a
2.
lot of
Thank you.
evangelists just like that, and it's really heartening because he outed me. I'm a hardcore nerd myself, and so to be able to be a fan of a show that I would watch even if I wasn't on it, and that is a special, unique thing because it kind of hits. We were saying yesterday, it's a horror movie sometimes, it's an action thriller, it's a conspiracy movie, it's sci-fi, it's a love story. It hits all these great beats.
And then the I'm going to just describe him, the gentleman in the black hat.
Oh, that's Tom Noonan.
Yes.
We call him the Pallid Man.
The Pallid Man.
Yes.
When his character shows up, it looks like every kind of conspiracy movie you can think of. It's just the guy in the black coat with the black hat, pale white.
Yeah.
Muscling.
Max
you know,
Dugan.
you know there's problems.
He's a little bit of the guy from Poltergeist 2.
They're gonna die in there.
He's going to start peeling his face
he's
off in the mirror.
He's been a longtime fan of Tom, and we wrote that character as a Tom Noonan type. And then they were like, why don't you reach out to Tom? And I had to get on the phone. I'm like, I want you to play the scariest motherfucker of all. And he's very soft-spoken, and he talks like this. And he's like,
There's
me-
not much action with him, which
he
makes
said-
it terrifying.
he says, to me, I see him as an angel. And I was like, you please do this.
Hired.
Please do this part.
That'd be great if you said, yeah, we decided to go with somebody else. I can't do me.
Right.
Matthew Perry was available. We're stunt casting this one.
12 Monkeys, the season 2 premiere is Monday, April 18th. And then 12 Monkeys, Mondays, 9 p.m. on the Sci-Fi Network here. You guys got to open the stock market this
Close.
week.
Yes.
Oh my God,
Oh,
that
was
was
it
the
closing?
coolest
Okay, closing
thing.
one.
So, yeah.
But I was out there this week, and you're on the side of the building.
Yeah.
Of the NASDAQ building, which is only 2 blocks away from here. So if for those who don't know, the NASDAQ building, it's kind of got a rounded LED screen that encases the entire building there, except for the windows. And it's a giant television screen. They can put up whatever you want, and then walk over, and then they're doing the pan, and there you're all at the bell, and then I see you, and you're on like bookending the whole photo there. And what a great
It
opportunity!
was the
Crazy. It was
coolest
fun.
thing. It was
Crazy.
really cool.
Yeah.
And they put your name up.
The Church of
and-
America.
Yeah.
So you're on this platform and you're closing the stock market. So is there like a crowd below you, or is this just a room that they have
They
just
said
for
it was
television?
125,000 people.
125,000 people.
Yeah. No. There was literally like 3 photographers and cameramen.
Yeah.
That's an amazing
fun,
experience.
really fun,
That's
though.
something I don't know. I guess I'd want to do that.
Yeah,
You do.
You
You
don't
do.
even know you
You
would,
do.
but
Yeah,
you,
that's
especially
exactly it.
Because when you're there, they also they put the music on, and then it starts to go
It's like a
louder
game
and
show.
louder, and they
Yeah.
get you all hyped up and
It's like New Year's
yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
You ring the bell, everybody applauds, you get your photo, they throw you a T-shirt, and then they're like, beat it.
Not
out
a
of here.
T-shirt. They gave us a statue.
Yeah.
And they
Like
give you a
photo.
framed photo
Of you
that you
doing it.
just took. They've got this down.
Wow.
Like, they know what they're doing because it's all seamlessly. And there's this woman in black with a headphone, like Madonna, leading you.
Yes.
She's amazing.
Kimberly.
Yeah, Kimberly.
So unless you guys are getting an Emmy statue, this better be your Christmas card.
Right.
Right?
I don't see anybody else in my family doing this.
Right?
That's a good idea.
Emily, when we got to talk to you at New York Comic Con right as season 1 was starting here, we spent a lot of time talking about an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark
Oh my God.
that you were in. Actually, 2 episodes. And has anybody else talked to you about this, or does it come up often, or no?
I mean, it comes up sometimes by diehard Are You Afraid of the Dark fans, which there are a lot of.
One in the corner right there. He's waving at you.
But
He's lurking.
yeah, no, it doesn't come up that often, except since they've put them all on YouTube,
Right.
which is so weird because I saw the episode I did, and that was it was the first thing I ever did, and I had to make out with this guy, and I was trying to be really professional and asking the director do you want open mouth, closed mouth, tongue? How do you want whatever?
On your 14.
Why were you,
Yeah,
asking,
I
why were you
know.
asking the director
Well,
what
because
he
it was
wanted?
how he envisioned this
Oh, okay,
makeout
got
scene.
it, got it. I thought
She's like Daniel Day-Lewis. She just has to embrace
Yeah.
the character
I
and
just
live the
didn't know
role.
if she was offering it up to the director, not understanding how the business worked.
But it's weird to see myself that young because I thought I was so mature and old doing that, and then I see myself, and I was I was a kid.
That's worse than looking back at your yearbook photo and you're
Oh,
going,
yeah.
"Oh, I thought I had a great hairstyle. I look like a total
it's
douche."
terrible because you hear your voice too, and in motion and acting I was terrible. It
Am I
was
wearing
so
a slap bracelet?
bad. Oh my God! Remember slap bracelets?
They're
Yes.
back.
I know,
want
because
one.
now they don't cut kids' wrists.
They don't. That's right.
It's
They
not
don't
metal
look-
anymore.
They're no longer like metal Venetian blinds wrapped in
Yes,
fabric.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what they. Those are amazing.
They never went away.
Emily also is in Schitt's Creek on the Pop Network as well. We've had Eugene Levy and his son in to talk about that.
Oh, really?
And
Oh, fun.
you just finished season 2, right?
Yeah. Well, season 2 is airing now, and we are in the middle of shooting season 3.
That's what I meant, the
Yeah.
shooting. So, oh, wow, season 3. You're all over the place.
Yep.
I do want to talk to Todd.
Okay.
Because you were in Gotham.
I was.
You were I guess it was The Mask is the name of the villain?
Yes.
Right? But Richard was
Richard
the character,
Sionis,
right?
yeah.
That's awesome to be part of that.
have no
Especially
idea.
if you're that geeked out to be part of the Batman culture.
You have no idea. That's my guy. Yeah.
Black Mask is a pretty cool. It's a pretty cool villain. So
It didn't stink.
Yeah.
it was one of the. I've had a few of those moments in my career where I just kind of it's out of body. One of those was I worked on a show that Terry worked on, which was Enterprise, and I was a Vulcan, and I was standing on Vulcan. Like they were shooting a scene that was taking place on Vulcan. So you just sort of go, this is sanctioned. Like this is really Vulcan. And then when I was shooting that, I'm like, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. We were in the Bronx, and I'm like, nope, it's Gotham City. I'm in Gotham City. And then I've also been to Skywalker Ranch. So there's some bucket list things that are getting checked off. It's crazy.
Now you got to work yourself into one of the movies.
Which ones?
I don't
Like
know,
the Star Wars
Justice
movies?
League
Oh, Justice
or
League
Star
movies.
Wars or any of the Marvel stuff if you're into that.
All right.
twist his arm.
I'll take all of it. Did you get to keep the mask?
No.
Did you try to?
No, I didn't. There is this really cool company that makes they make accessories for video games. They make things to special video game packs. And for Arkham City, they made this bust of the Black Mask that they sent me.
Nice.
So I have that. But from the actual that set, no.
No.
I did get to keep a mask that I wore on Angel. I was a demon on Angel. I got to
You were
keep
also a
that.
demon on Buffy too,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I do. That's
Yeah.
my wheelhouse.
He just jumps from every sci-fi project.
Demon.
Yeah, that's what I am.
You do have or I don't know if you still do it, but he was on Phineas and Ferb.
Oh my God.
I love Phineas and
Matt's a
Ferb.
huge fan
Deep
of Phineas
cut,
and
my
Ferb.
friend, deep
But
cut.
you did so many different voices though.
I did. That's kind of what they do. They get you in for the day, and then they ask you. You'll do like one primary voice, and then they have you kind of pop in and do a bunch of ancillary voices as well.
Because I was looking up, it said additional voices, various voices. So I'm like, I'm gonna go deeper and see what it is. And like he's an ice cream that's talking for some reason.
Probably.
Yeah, he's like, just
That
say
sounds like-
all these things in many different voices, and we'll just put it to some kind of animation.
Yeah,
But
that's
that's a
that
great
show is
gig
awesome.
too.
that doesn't stink.
Voiceover stuff is amazing
Best.
if you can get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a closed knit world, but the guys who do get in there
Pretty
never
tight.
stop working.
No, those guys.
It's the best job in the world too. You go in your pajamas and you they
I
always
go in
have
her
candy.
pajamas.
Nice.
That's awesome.
The best job.
We talked to H. John Benjamin, who does Bob's Burgers. He does Archer,
Archer.
on FX.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God,
Bunch of
I
stuff like
love
that.
Archer.
And I asked him about the process of going in for voice work, and he said, "I didn't get changed. He's wearing the sweatpants from
You don't
yesterday."
shower. You
No,
don't,
he doesn't shower, and he says, "I always bring like potato chips or something to
They're
eat
the
on purpose."
foulest smell
Yeah.
in rooms.
Yeah.
VO booths stink.
Yep, he shows up in this little closet. He's eating. He does his lines, and he leaves.
Yeah.
So great.
Great career if you can. If
Yeah,
you
if
can
you
get
can pull it off.
A couple other things that Todd has been in, and just the list of everything you've been in is amazing. Boston Legal, Malcolm in the Middle, Weeds. He did Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes.
But you were in Supernatural.
Yes.
Where you were Dracula.
Yeah, it was a black and white episode of Supernatural. Yeah, and I was a shapeshifter, as one is,
Like you do.
because doy, and the character chose to shapeshift into the shape of Bela Lugosi's Dracula. Yeah, and so
That's
they shot
awesome.
the episode in black and white.
We
that old monster.
Supernatural just seems to be.
Juggernaut.
Yeah, I know.
Season 13 now? Is that
I know.
what it
I
is?
It
think
keeps
season
going, and
82. Those
And
guys
everyone
were
who
in
comes out of
vitro
that
when
show
they
goes
started.
on to bigger and better things.
Wow.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan
Yes.
did Supernatural. Now he's Negan on Walking
He's
Dead.
Also, Thomas Wayne now.
Yes.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, you guys aren't hurting for work. You're
No.
doing great.
No.
Especially with 12 Monkeys season 2.
Yeah.
Can't wait. You know what? I just saw, like I said earlier, that the first episode's online and on Hulu. I'm going to go watch that tonight.
Yeah, you are.
I am.
Evening plans.
But my DVR is set.
Smart.
And remember, everybody, we always say if you DVR a show, you have up to 3 days where it counts, but try to watch it as soon as possible so
That's
that
right.
they don't get the overnights, but they bring in the DVR numbers, which counts in the end.
Plus, then you stay clear of any spoilers.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
the internet is full of
loves-
bastard people.
Really love to make
Yeah,
things horrible.
or you could just like if you can't watch it that night, you could turn the TV on and just let it play so it's like you watched it.
If
and
you have a
then-
Nielsen box.
Yeah.
If you have a Nielsen box, please put on 12 Monkeys. Whatever you do.
Tape the marathon and just keep
just
playing that
keep-
over and over.
Nice.
Or if you miss it, just time travel back and watch it again.
There you
Yes,
go.
and then it
Wow.
counts.
There you go.
Exactly.
Terry, I apologize. I didn't realize that you did Enterprise.
Oh well, I was a kid. I was an assistant.
He was 12.
I was
It's
assistant
like Doogie Howser.
to the showrunner at the time, and I would cut my teeth on writing some stories with some of the writers.
How
But,
fun is it to work on a Star Trek property?
well, if you grow up with Star Trek like I did,
Yeah.
it was amazing. Yeah, it came out.
That's the Scott Bakula one.
Yeah,
Yes.
but at that time, right before that, I worked on Voyager, and they were shooting the movies, the Next Generation movies. So I remember, like, right out of college, I was a PA, and I was on the bridge with Captain Picard. I mean, the entire cast, Riker, Worf, and makeup on the Enterprise E, and and those sets are completely enclosed. So you are on the bridge
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to talk about the
of a starship.
All right, forget NASDAQ. That's your
Yeah.
Christmas card.
It was, yeah, no, I have
I
a
think
few of
his
those.
Christmas card would be, do you want to talk about the time you wore the Star Trek onesie and you were an extra?
I wore a Star Trek onesie.
Was it
on
red?
So You're Afraid of the Dark, season 7. No, I had a cameo in the.
It is the funniest thing ever.
In the.
He's wearing the
last-
onesie right now.
The last episode of Enterprise.
I would be. That's your
know.
Superman outfit. You
wanna
go
take that
rip
off.
off your clothes.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
Was
it
it
was
was it a red ensign?
It was. It was. Literally the turbo lift opens up, and it was the finale of Enterprise, and they had Riker and Troy on, and the turbo lift's on. And I walk past Troy, and she smiles at me, and I kind of shyly look away because it's Troy.
And her outfit is very form fitting. Just pointing out.
And I had grown up watching,
Troy.
Troy, and
We
being
all
madly
did,
in love
sir.
with her.
We
Being
all
madly in
did.
love.
Why did
And
you
by the
just
way,
do air quotes when
that
you
is
said grown?
that is not that is not an outfit that it will reveal your excitement
Yes.
by walking by Troy. So just don't look at her. Don't look her in the eyes.
Set to stun.
Yeah.
Captain on board.
Yeah.
But that's a great experience, especially getting it right out of college too, to be a PA in such a huge franchise.
Yeah, it was
But
amazing.
unfortunately, that show didn't last too long because some weird thing where I don't know if it was just too much Star Trek that it started to.
Yeah, there was a Star Trek
Fizzle
fatigue. There was a franchise fatigue. I think that would happen. There was two shows on the air: Deep Space Nine and Voyager, and then it went into Enterprise. And I don't think Enterprise quite was what everybody had hoped. And it was time for a break.
That was UPN, right?
UPN, yeah,
That was one of the staples for when they launched the UPN network was
Yeah.
Enterprise.
that's right.
But it's still a great experience to jump on something like that and then look at all the doors and that it opened for you.
It was a blast. Yeah.
So 12 Monkeys is a big success. Season 2, Monday, April 18th, and then it's Mondays, 9 p.m. on Sci-Fi. Please set your DVRs.
Please.
And guys, thank you so much for
Oh,
coming
it's
in
my
here
pleasure.
and
Thank
spending
you.
all this time, especially on a Friday.
Thank
I
you.
really
But in
appreciate
these
it.
chairs, like seriously, I'd come back anytime.
Just for the
Take it
chairs.
home.
Yeah.
This company makes billions. There's more. There's a room just full of chairs. Help yourself.
Can I have a chair, Eric?
No.
Oh.
You get a chair, and you get a chair.
Todd Stashwick.
Yes.
He's Todd Stashwick on Twitter. Emily Hampshire, but you got to put the underscore at the end because some dorky girl has the real name and has
Some
Emily
kind of
Hampshire.
amazing girl.
Dorky. Poor Emily Hampshire, wherever she is.
Just getting hate tweets.
Yeah.
Give Emily Hampshire the Emily Hampshire tag.
She's got her head shot up, crossed out in lipstick.
And then Terry Matalas, right?
That's me.
MATALAS on Twitter. shoot them some love, especially when the episode is coming on air. Are you guys live tweeting during the episode?
Without a doubt.
Okay, good. Because that's been a great thing with social media.
It's like a live studio audience.
Right.
It
That
really
a lot of
is.
shows
It's
now
great.
are just
Do you distract
have their
people
people
from looking at the screen?
That's
right.
So they miss stuff.
But it's already
which
on, so
causes
it
them
counts
to
towards
review
Nielsen.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
But they have it on their DVR, so they just go back to watch it immediately
Exactly.
afterwards.
My favorite is when actors and actresses are live tweeting their shows and they act like they don't know what's coming on. It's like, what's going to happen? It's like, you know.
no.
It's like, I didn't know I died in this episode.
What?
It's
You did.
They die like Poochie on The Simpsons. It's just like poo-doo-doo-doo. Poochie
Yep.
died on his way back to his home planet.
Thank you guys so much. Come back the next time you're in New York, whether
Yeah.
it's for 12 Monkeys or any other projects that you're working on.
great.
But
Sure.
Thanks.
thank you guys for coming in.
thank you.